30 days, 10 habits. No shortcuts. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Nothing felt different at the beginning. No motivation spike. No sudden clarity. Just friction. Just mornings where getting up felt heavier than it should, and evenings where quitting felt reasonable. But something quieter was happening. Hard to see. Easy to ignore. And maybe that's the part no one tells you. Real change rarely announces itself. There's a line often linked to William James. We are what we repeatedly do. It sounds simple. Almost too simple. But it may suggest something deeper. Your life right now might just be a reflection of your daily patterns. So I tested it. 10 habits. 30 days. And one of them nearly made me stop halfway through. Stay with me, because the last habit changes how all the others work. Before we begin, like this video, drop a comment, share it with someone who needs this, and subscribe. And don't skip. You'll miss the part that actually makes this work. Number 1. Waking up without negotiation. No snooze. No second chance. At first, it felt aggressive. Almost unnecessary. Why not ease into the day? But that small hesitation, just 5 more minutes, started to look different. It wasn't rest. It was delay. The idea behind implementation intentions suggests that when you decide something in advance, you remove the need to negotiate in the moment. And that's what changed. Not my energy. Not my mood. The decision itself disappeared. You don't feel stronger. You just stop arguing with yourself. And that might be more powerful than motivation. Number 2. Writing before consuming. No phone. Just a blank page. At first, it felt pointless. Nothing structured. Just scattered thoughts. But after a few days, patterns started showing up. Same worries, same ideas, same loops. There's research by James Pennebaker that appears to indicate writing may help organize internal thoughts. Not perfectly, not instantly, but enough to notice something. You're not as random as you think. Your mind repeats itself. And when you see that, you can start questioning it. Number 3. Moving every day. Not intense workouts, just movement. Some days were slow. Some felt unnecessary. But consistency started doing something strange. It removed the option to skip. There's a concept often called minimum viable habit, doing the smallest version just to stay consistent. And around the 3rd week, something shifted. It stopped being effort. It became identity. You don't try to move anymore. You're just someone who does. That shift is quiet, but it spreads into everything else. Number 4. Delaying urges by 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. That's all. Whenever I felt the urge to scroll, snack, or avoid something, I waited. And something interesting kept happening. Most urges faded. Not all, but enough. The famous Stanford marshmallow experiment suggested that delaying gratification may be linked to long-term outcomes. But this isn't about willpower. It's about awareness. Because when you pause, you realize something uncomfortable. You don't always choose your habits. Sometimes they choose you. Number 5. Reading 10 pages a day. Not a lot, just consistent. At first, it felt too small to matter. But over time, it added up. There's an idea often discussed in learning called compound growth. Small inputs repeated over time may lead to noticeable change. But here's what stood out. Reading didn't just give information. It changed how I think. Slower, more intentional, less reactive. And that shift is hard to measure, but easy to feel. Number 6. Saying no more often. This one was uncomfortable. Not big dramatic no's, just small ones. Skipping distractions. Declining things that didn't align. And at first, it felt like missing out. But then something else showed up. Space. There's a concept called opportunity cost. Every yes quietly removes another option. And maybe that's the real issue. It's not that you don't have time. It's that your time is already filled by default choices. When you start saying no, you take that control back. Number 7. Tracking one habit only. Not all 10, just one, because tracking everything felt overwhelming. And honestly, unrealistic. There's an idea popularized by Charles Duhigg about keystone habits. Some habits may influence others. So instead of doing everything perfectly, I focused on one at a time. And something surprising happened. Progress felt real, not forced, not scattered, just focused. Because what you track, you notice. And what you notice, you can change. Number 8. Limiting social media to 30 minutes. This one exposed more than expected. Not addiction in the obvious sense, but repetition. Open, scroll, close, repeat. The habit loop model, cue, routine, reward, starts to make sense when you actually observe yourself. And once you see it, it's hard to ignore. Cutting down didn't feel like losing something. It felt like getting time back. And more importantly, attention. Because attention isn't just time. It's direction. Number 9. Reflecting before sleep. No journal. Just questions. What worked today? What didn't? At first, it felt unnecessary. But patterns started showing up. Same mistakes. Same wins. Reflection works like a feedback loop. Without it, you repeat. With it, you adjust. And that adjustment, even small, starts compounding. Slowly, quietly, until it's visible. Number 10. Keeping one promise to myself daily. Just one. That's it. Not big, not impressive, but intentional. Because here's something that became clear. Confidence doesn't seem to come from big wins. It appears to come from self-trust. And self-trust builds when you keep your word, especially when no one sees it. No theory needed here. Just observation. When you trust yourself, decisions become easier. And when decisions become easier, life becomes clearer. 30 days didn't change everything, but it changed direction. And maybe that's more important. Because change doesn't feel dramatic when it's happening. It feels repetitive, slightly uncomfortable, sometimes boring, until one day it isn't. So here's the real question. What are you repeating right now without noticing? Like this video, comment your favorite habit, share it with someone who needs this, and subscribe to the channel. And start small. Not all 10, just one.